Off the Highway's back, and it's back with Dr. Paul Metzger. It's great to see you, Dr. Metzger.
Great to see you, Reverend Cruz.
You are a theology professor at a conservative, what I would consider a conservative Christian seminary here in Portland, Oregon. And I know it's your job to tell people to read their Bible and to read theology books and to read Christian books and the like. But what advice would you give to people to journey beyond Christian books and to get out there in the world? Like, what are the sorts of books you would say, hey, you need to read this book to inspire your soul and to help you grow and become whole, even in Christ, whole in Christ?
Well, as I come to answer that, I just want to add this point, too, before I provide a direct answer. You know, you had said several years ago, and I've made this available to others, that if you really want to engage people, if you're thinking missionally as a Christian, you need to read what they are reading. You need to be interested in what they're interested in. That's key to it. And I think that that's something that shapes your own engagement missionally and your own writing. And so I see this on display in your work. And but in answer directly to the question, I think that, Steinbeck is someone who is one I'm going to draw people's attention to. He loved the common person. He was immersed and mesmerized, so to speak, by and with the common person. And, Grapes of Wrath, Mice and Men, East of Eden, which plays a part in this book before you, this Evangelical Zen book, because he saw even Salinas, California, as the place where the biblical story of Cain and Abel takes place. The macro takes place in the micro. And my journey to Japan. It's a story, 40 days of purpose, so to speak, in Japan with my Japanese wife, our dual citizen kids. And thinking of that as a meta-narrative journey, that little journey of 40 days is part of a larger journey, a human journey. And we as evangelical Christians, we claim, and I believe we often seek to, love God with all our heart, and we say that we love our neighbors ourselves, but I don't find we're captured with the questions as much as many liberals are of the questions of humanity. And I think we have to balance out love for God with love of humanity. And Steinbeck is someone who can teach us how to love humanity more. And so he's one example that comes to mind. A book that I draw attention to, Pirsig's Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, has always fascinated me. So Pirsig's work. And I think just I'm reading E.O. Wilson and really intrigued by the great social biologist of Harvard. And while I'm not agreeing with him on key points, as he is an atheist, but this atheist teaches a lot, I think, about how we are wired biologically. So the humanities, the sciences, and other religious traditions. I've learned a lot from my engagement of Buddhism, and it's taught me, even through thinking through Buddhist thought forms, how to be drawn back into and further into my Christian scriptures, not in a kind of syncretistic manner, but in a synthetic manner, because I think the Bible is always engaging in its own day in a pluralistic context. Paul Mars Hill was dealing with the pagan sources in a very creative way in honor of Christ. So those are just some examples that I've given just briefly.
That's great.
And I love Nietzsche. I love Nietzsche. So sometimes our seemingly worst enemies are our best friends. I've loved him since high school.
I would have been disappointed if we hadn't got Nietzsche in the conversation. Everybody, that's Dr. Paul Metzger. His book is Evangelical Zen. Please check it out. This is Off the Highway.